Hey everybody, it's Marc-T here, and it's time for one of those oh-so-rare episodes of Cartoon Callout. Today I'm going to be talking about a pilot of a cartoon show I saw a couple of weeks ago, and that I just wanted to discuss. Now, I'm assuming you probably must have heard of it, because the video has gone all over YouTube for the most part. This cartoon show is called Craig of the Creek. Now, the pilot's only been out for, I can't remember, I believe it was out in 2017, like late 2017, and it just got passed around, and now it's picking up steam to be a new cartoon show on Cartoon Network. This show, well, today, however, I'm just going to be talking about the pilot. I love the concept of this show for a multitude of reasons. There's not much to talk about, but I'll get into it while I can. Now, first I'm going to tell you how I feel about it. The show itself I love for a multitude of reasons. But the main reason is it's because it's so reminiscent of my childhood. Like, God, how to put it? This show, I believe, was probably written by people that grew up in the 90s or the 80s. People that grew up at a time where technology wasn't as advanced as it was right now. And, things were far simpler. Kids had to entertain themselves. They weren't just handed an iPad or a new video game every few months, and, that would be their entertainment for the while. You would actually have to go out and make your own fun. I mean, of course, in my day we had TVs. It was the 90s. We had TVs and a multitude of cartoon shows, but this show, I tend to think, exemplifies what it was like being a kid at a time when the most interesting thing you could do after school was to go on adventures, go meet up with your friends and hang out outside and make your own fun. And that's something I just really love about the show. But, that being said, let's get into the show itself. So this show revolves around Craig. I don't believe he has a last name right now. And essentially, he spends basically every day after school going out on adventures, hanging out with his friends. So this episode revolves around, basically, Craig losing his prized possession, his awesome staff that was made out of a I don't know how to put it, like a stairway handle thing at the side. And he loses it after trying to hide it from his brother, who he was slightly embarrassed about. Then he runs into his friends, JP, and his other friends that I cannot remember the name of right now. And basically they go on their own quest to essentially find his lost staff. Now what's cool about this show is that it isn't all just one thing. I mean, I don't know what to assume because, again, it was only one episode. There was only, 10 minutes, I believe, or even less than that. So it didn't go very deep into it, but within this episode, it shows a lot of stuff. And particularly, it shows, a bunch of different factions and a bunch of different things that go on throughout the creek all at once. Like, there's a kind of a war games going on where kids use paintballs. There's a pet graveyard. And then there are these kind of outcasted sewer kids that have, strange things like webbed feet. And it just shows us a bunch of the cool stuff that goes on throughout there. To be honest, I'm not sure what they usually do, what Craig usually does. My assumption is just they go play make-believe with their weapons and go on adventures and such like that. And, more or less that's what the episode is entitled about. It's just Craig trying to find his staff with his friends, and, we get to see the multitude of things that go on within the creek. And as I stated before, I really like this concept because, like a lot of other shows, I mean, there are a lot of awesome modern cartoon shows going on right now. Steven Universe, Adventure Time, Gravity Falls was a really good one. Like, there are a bunch of cartoons, and this one is no different. In fact, if you actually watch the pilot, there's one point where they're in a pile of lost items, and you can even see like a Steven Universe doll in there, which is really funny to me. And sure, I like this show for a multitude of reasons, but the main reason I like it is that it reminds me of what it was like to be a kid in my age, and it kind of makes me want to start going out and having adventures all over again. In any case, that's it for now. So I'll see y'all later.